welcome to Pieta. My name is Leanne Hadley. I'm the founder, and I am delighted that you're here. We are on week 5 of the book study that we've been doing together. We've been studying this book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, and we've been looking at it from, we study her book, and we've been practicing using let them, and then we're trying to see how that intersects with our Christian faith or with our own faith traditions, and if those can help us to do let them, and how the let them theory sort of overlaps with the things that we've already learned and have been practicing. So anyway, it's been a great study. We are in week 5 this week, and I've decided that this study is going to go until the end of July. So if you're just joining us, that's okay. Just jump right in and get a copy of the book, Let Them, and do the study with us. I hope you'll be here. So before we start, let's take a breath. Let's say the Pieta prayer, and then I'll talk about our topic for tonight. Let me be in the world with nothing to prove, letting go of all expectations and judgment. May I give and receive compassion. May I care for others and receive their care. May I love deeply and receive love. May I be in the world with nothing to prove. May I be Pieta. Last week we did these 2 little warnings that Mel had in the book, and I didn't want to go on with the book until we stopped, because she stopped in the middle of the book and said, wait, before we go any further, I have 2 warnings. The first one was, and I'll read it to you so I get it right. The first one was, does the let them theory apply to children? And we talked about that, and it took so much of our conversation talking about when do you use the let them theory with children? When do you not? How do you know the difference? And the same with other people in our lives who might not be able to make decisions for themselves. Maybe some people that have some dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. And so we had a great discussion around that. But I was going to cover both of the questions last week, and we didn't have time. So this week we're picking up on page 48. The second question says, what if using the let them theory makes you feel lonely? And Mel has something to say about that. She says, as your friend, this is on page 49. As your friend, I feel obligated to warn you that if all you do is say let them, you're going to find yourself without a lot of friends, without a lot of social plans, and confused as to why the theory isn't working in your favor. Let them is not an excuse to stop answering your phone, to shrug your shoulders, to refuse to talk it out with friend or family member who is hurt, or to stay in a situation that hurts you, or to ignore discrimination or dangerous behavior. It's not a license to give someone the silent treatment, ghost people, avoid hard conversations, or withdraw from relationships. It's not supposed to leave you feeling alone and invisible, but rather more connected and more fulfilled in every one of your relationships. So I think what she's saying in this part of the book, and I think that there's 2 sort of things that we do. One is we walk away from difficult conversations and difficult relationships because we say, well, now I can just let them and I don't have to repair this relationship, or I can leave this friend that's been my friend for forever because I'm just letting them. It's like a defensive thing, like we get tired and we just want to be done with it, so we walk away from it. I think that's one thing that she's talking about. The other thing is that the let them theory cannot be divorced from so that I can. Let them and let me. So we're letting other people go because we feel a greater calling to do something else in our lives. And we can't stay stuck in relationships, friendships, jobs, anything that prevents us from doing that thing that we're called to do. And so tonight, what I want us to do, or today, whenever your circle is, what I want us to think about a little bit is when we have let something go and what has come after that. So, many times we can't imagine the future. We think, it'll always be the same. And I was saying last week to my group, if you want to see an example of this, when somebody breaks up with a boyfriend or a marriage ends or whatever, a girlfriend, whatever, a marriage ends, a relationship ends, you always look back. You always go, I'll find somebody from my past, because you can't imagine that somebody is waiting on the other side of your decision. It's the same with jobs. It's the same with everything. You think, well, I can't leave this job because I already know how to do it. I already know what's going on. You can't even hardly fathom that beyond that is the job that really will be fulfilling for you. So the let them is like to let go of the things that are zapping your energy, keeping you stuck, solidifying you wherever you are, so that you can move on into the future. That's what the let them, let me has to do. See, so it's not let them, I don't care, I don't want to do that relationship anyway, or let them, I'll just put up with this because I don't have to, I'll just divorce myself from it, I'll just ignore it. It's not that. It's being intentional. It's saying there's something here that I feel called or compelled to do, and there's something holding me back. Our Bible lesson for tonight that I was thinking about was, we were talking about Judas, when Judas dies, and the disciples are now devastated that Judas is no longer with them. You know, he's betrayed Jesus. Jesus has died. They're all alone. They don't know what to do. And they go ahead and elect a new person. They have faith in the future. I love that. That's a passage found in Acts 1, 15 through 26. But I was also thinking at the beginning of Jesus' story, when the disciples are fishermen. That's the job that they know, or maybe one of them is a tax collector, one of them was probably a business person, and they know those jobs. And then all of a sudden Jesus comes and says, hey, come and do something different. And they leave that so that they can follow Christ and become this new thing. They don't even have an image of what that is yet. They find it out after they let go. So let them, and then let me. So that's the portion of the book that we want to talk about tonight. And the question that I thought we could ponder in our groups and then discuss together is, there's two questions. The first one is, when have you ever moved on? And what did you discover? Did you discover a new life? Was it disappointing? Are you sorry you moved on? When did you ever leave something behind and find something even better on the other side? Or did you try to leave something behind, you didn't find anything, and you regret that? How do you feel about that? About this idea of let them so that I can do this? How does that feel to you? Is that something that you've experienced in the past and you feel comfortable about? Or is that something that is really difficult for you to do? Okay, so that's the first question. The second question is, who or what are you afraid to let go of? That if you say, let them, you'll lose it forever and there will be nothing in front of you. All right? Those are our two questions for tonight. Ponder those, come back together and discuss them. And next week we will not be meeting. I'm going to send out a little handout like this to any of you that are on our mailing list. And if you're not on the email list, email me and I'll add you. It's just a little weekly practice thing. And it's just keeping a journal. And then we're going to get together and discuss it on June 23rd. So anyway, we're not going to meet next week. We're going to have a week of practice, of intentional practice every day. So if you don't do this sheet, we won't have much to talk about at Pieta. So I hope you'll do the sheet and that you'll really think for a week every day. I'm going to think, did I practice, let them, and what happened? So next week, the week of the 16th, we will not meet, June 16th, but we will meet again on the 23rd. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being Pieta, a movement of love and compassion towards ourselves, others, the earth, and all of God's creatures. Thanks for being here.